Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today, very, very special familiar face of the show, Steve Tyson from Wisconsin DOT.
Hey.
Steve, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Thank you for taking the time.
Yes.
And it's important to have you here today because this week we have the Roads opening event coming up.
Yes, Wednesday will be a big day. We're excited for it.
It is a very big day, but it comes with a few notes that we need to talk about today.
Yes.
And we'll get to that. But Steve, you just had an open house recently to kind of give us an update of where things are at. If you could kind of, although we had your lovely face, already plastered on Fact TV, but we would love to hear from you to finish out for this year, moving forward. The road's going to be opening in November.
Correct.
Which is something we'll talk about. But for finishing construction this year, what do they have left to close out the year?
So, as I mentioned, Wednesday's a big day, and it's a big day not only for the Verona Road Business Coalition event, but also that is going to be the day of our northbound deck pour for that bridge over Highway PD. Granted, it's weather permitting, but Wednesday morning, starting at 4 a.m. until about 10 a.m. on Wednesday, we're going to be pouring about 700 cubic yards of concrete for that northbound bridge. And so that'll be carrying Verona Road traffic over PD starting in November. And so they're pouring that here on Wednesday, and then really finishing out other concrete connections north of both of those bridges as well as south, and then having all that finishing work through that area. So in October, we'll finish the concrete paving and then pavement markings. So your yellow lines, your skips, your white lines, all going down for the 3 lanes each way, finishing that up with the restoration work that's going to be going on. And then, like you mentioned, early November, 3 lanes open each way between Raymond Road and PD, free-flowing for Verona Road traffic. And then really only one more construction season remains, and that's in 2020, where we work on PD between Verona Road and Commerce Park Drive and finish up the Verona Road interchange itself, making that a single-point interchange.
That will be awesome. Are you going to
Yes.
cry when that traffic light goes through? I mean, will you get just a little teary-eyed?
Maybe. It'll be quite the project. I mean, we started the study of Verona Road, just looking at it and doing the environmental impacts and the assessments back in 2001. Wow. It'll be almost 20 years from study began in 2001 to when we're completed. And it's remarkable at the progress we made. People I was talking to earlier this week even mentioned that, well, I can't even remember what it was 6 months ago, let alone a year ago, 2 years ago. Like, what did this area look like? It's amazing. 25 feet down at Williamsburg Way, taking all that material, bringing it to Highway PD. It's completely transformed the area. And we've got a lot of innovative infrastructure out there that we can marvel at for decades. And building Williamsburg Way Bridge for 3 months, working on the single-point interchange at PD, which is the same thing at the Beltline and Verona Road interchange, improving the pedestrian and bicyclist accommodations. It's remarkable.
It is. We had a chance to go out and take some video the other day, and just standing there and thinking of everything that's happened, especially when I was standing by the Williamsburg Bridge looking up and thinking on how much dirt was moved, and then just sitting on those lanes and watching the traffic go on those interchanges. It's going to be amazing when that's open. And it is such a cool engineered miracle.
It is. It's quite a
on how
feat.
I know. I was pressuring Jim, saying I don't understand how you guys can do one part, and then they magically connect.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing what's been
There's a
accomplished.
lot of planning, not only from the beginning when we started the design back in 2011, and all the great engineers and planners and working on that part, and then carrying it over into construction and all the oversight that's going on, and certainly the men and women that are working day and night behind the orange barrels and barrier wall. Between when we started construction on Seminole Highway in 2013 until right now, there's been 3,400 construction workers on the project.
That's amazing.
3,400. I mean, from all different companies, a lot of great Wisconsin companies that worked on the project, and so it's just remarkable. Not only the workforce that's been to it, I mean, the vehicles that have traveled through that area, people looking at the progress, attending our different meetings and watching these segments, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's been, and that accounts to you for helping us navigate through this. We appreciate it, and next year we're going to have to throw a big party at the...
You can plan this one, right?
Well, I'll plan your party here for Fact
Oh,
TV.
thank you.
I mean, you'll get
Thank you.
You'll get a little party here for Fact TV.
Wow. We get to stand in front of the green screen then? Or?
that standing on the Verona Road.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
We really quickly do want to get up to speed on the work that is happening this week. You mentioned the bridge pouring and stuff.
Yes.
Anything happening? Anything else happening? And that's a loaded question
Right.
on Verona Road from Verona underpass south of County P north to Raymond Road.
More of the concrete paving. So from the pictures that we shared last week on our Facebook page, you'll notice that we have sort of a single strip of concrete pavement almost connecting to the bridges over PD. And so we'll do more of that concrete paving in that area, make those connections, and then work on the grading and everything south of PD so we can start concrete paving for that area. Because again, 3 lanes each way, that's pretty wide through that area. Through the southbound bridge over PD, we poured 845 cubic yards of concrete, so it's a little bit wider than what the northbound was, and that is to accommodate the ramp from Williamsburg Way to merge back into southbound Verona Road. And so making those different ramp tie-ins, the connections, and then really, like I mentioned, for October and beyond is working on the pavement markings and the restoration for that area. And certainly we have to mention Highway M and that resurfacing project going on. So
way to jump the ship here, Steve.
Okay.
You're just taking this show anywhere you want to.
I want to make sure, because you said it was a loaded question. I was ready to load it.
Well, before you go there,
Okay.
anything on the Verona Road, Spoke County
It's a lot going on in
PD,
that area.
Verona and Spoke Drive.
No nighttime lane closures through that area. Certainly, it's still the added work that's going on with the structures over PD. And people driving through that area have noticed the clean water that's been dripping from the southbound bridge. The same thing will be happening once we pour the deck on Wednesday for northbound. There'll be clean water dripping. So it's clean water that will land on your windshield. It's totally fine if you're driving convertible through that area. Might want to put the roof up.
Yeah, my windows were open yesterday, Steve, when I
Luckily,
went
it's not
through
a
there.
waterfall like you're going through some water park or anything, but certainly just be vigilant to that. But it's just clean water as part of our wet cure. It's a 14-day wet cure that goes for the bridge decks. But otherwise, through that area, no changes. And then once November comes around, we open up Verona Road. The traffic signals at those intersections will greatly improve, much more efficient than what they are today. Certainly, we've received a lot of concerns and frustrations from the public, and we can commiserate with them. We travel through that area as well. But come November, so just about a month away, it'll be a lot better.
All right, County M and MM, yeah, all of that. How about the County M project?
County M project.
County M,
So-
that's it. I don't
right.
want to say any other M's.
So between Highway MM near Oregon and Fish Hatch, that section of road is completed. We resurfaced that. That's open to traffic. And now we're working on the section between Fish Hatchery Road and PB, or just east of Thousand Oaks Trail is what we have on the map. So just east of those businesses and near PB in Verona. And so now that section will be closed to through traffic. So motorists will need to use 18151 or other routes through that area while we work on that. And that'll be about 3 weeks. So until Friday, October 18th, that'll be closed to through traffic. And again, same operations, just a mill and overlay of Highway M. Local traffic can still get through. So if you have a residence or a business in that area, destination in that area, you can still access that. Just plan ahead, be alert for the cruising equipment, as well as the uneven surfaces as they make those resurfacing operations.
Fantastic. And finally, the Roads Open event put on by the Verona Road Business Coalition, Open Roads Ahead celebration. We kind of already talked a little bit about how impressive this project is, but as we stand out there on the highway for the ceremony component, what are going to be some of your thoughts going through your head as that goes on?
It's remarkable, to see the bridge that we built in 3 months at Williamsburg Way. Everything's stained. There's finished concrete, the new lanes, the widened lanes of Verona Road, 3 lanes each way. 70,000 vehicles travel on Verona Road every day. 70,000. Throughout the entire project, we're reconstructing 51 lane miles of Verona Road and the Beltline and local roadways and frontage roads. And we're going to be standing on those on Wednesday. And so it's remarkable to see all that great planning and the effort and the teamwork come up to that moment and that culmination of everything we've done over the past several years.
Fantastic, Steve. Always a pleasure to have you on the
Thank
show.
you very much,
We'll
Jeremy.
see you on Wednesday for
Yes.
sure, and then of course we'll be chasing you down for one more.
Oh, boy.
One more update for
Okay.
your big update in December when you have your open house.
Right.
We
Or
won't miss
November,
that.
too. We can come back in November saying Verona Road is open.
Oh,
3 lanes each
we
way.
are gonna blow that wide open. We are gonna be helicoptering in, and no,
Excellent.
we don't.
Make sure you follow the speed limit, though.
No texting in the no cell phone usage in that construction zone
Exactly
either.
right.
And
Slow down.
Slow
Pump the
down.
brakes.
Yeah.
Heads up, phones down.
Safety Steve. Has anybody ever called you Safety Steve or anything?
No.
any good nicknames that I mean, now that we're coming to the end here, I guess.
Right, you can start getting a little more liberal with what you're saying here. Just saying, oh yeah, this is what we think of you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
This is a really good digest. I'm gonna have to cherish this one forever.
Yeah. Well, it's nice not. Normally we just call you out and say Steve
Right.
said this, Steve said that, but
Right.
yeah, we're gonna miss you, Steve. And maybe
Wait
it's
till
just
Verona.
Me. Wait till.
Wait till Verona Road's done.
All right. That is Steve Tyson, Wisconsin DOT. Thank you, Steve. We'll
Thank you.
See you on Wednesday. All right. We'll take a quick break. You are watching Talking Fitchburg.